Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different because today is goodie day, or it's goodie day for me anyway. And if you're anything like me, any new bike toys is always an exciting time. I love getting this through the post. I actually had to order quite a bit of stuff recently, beginning of the new season. You know, autumn is just kicking in. Plenty of things I needed, or rather wanted to get in. It's very rare that we need these things. But anyway, so I thought I'd just show you what has arrived this week. Also, one of the things I've received this week is this pretty cool cap from Stoked Riders, a new brand over in New Zealand. Hang around to the end of the video and I'll show you how you can win one as well. Got a box of goodies over from Germany this week, and no particular order. Going to show you what I've got. Now, these are your basics, your biking basics. These are actually shorts, but padded. I usually go, you know, with the typical length, which is down past the thigh. Most of them are Endura. 99% of my riding shorts, liners rather, Endura. This time, I get really fed up. The first thing I want to do when I finish a bike ride is just get that nappy off, because it's all humid. It's, you know what it's like. It's horror. The first thing I do is just rub that nappy off and just, you know, let it all hang out. So I thought I'd try some actually short versions this time and see if there's any difference in the feel, if they're any more comfortable. I'd love to be able to go out, you know, and not even have to wear these, but I don't think I can. It's just too uncomfortable. So I got myself a nice little deal on some Gore ones. You know, supposed to be windproof and all that. I'm not really bothered about that. I just want them to be more comfortable, as they are a shorter version of basically just boxer shorts with a padded liner. So I'm going to see how I get on with that. Something very basic, something very boring, but something essential, as I'm sure you know. So, second thing, let me see if I can take these out of the, because I literally haven't opened these yet. All I've done is open the box. So, some Northwave riding gloves. These actually are a lot thinner than I was hoping them to be. You know, it's always difficult when they're online. I would actually class these as summer riding gloves. They're incredibly thin. I like my gloves to have a bit more chunk to them. You know, where I ride there's a lot of rock, but I'm hoping they'll be good enough. Most of my riding gloves last the season, that's it. They always end up the holes through on the fingers. So I've gone with Northwave. I've had Northwave shoes several times. The quality on the shoes is not great, so I'm hoping on the gloves it's going to be a bit better. But again, it was a decent price on these, which is why I ordered them. Obviously, these are all paid for by me. None of these are freebies or even reduced rates. So this is all stuff I'll be testing in the future. So I'll let you know how I get on with these. Again, they are very thin. I'm hoping they fit. They should do, according to the size, but yeah. So Northwave gloves there, extra grip, touchscreen. Let's see if they actually do work on the touchscreen. And then something that I'd actually been trying to get for a while and kept putting off and then forgetting and whatnot. I don't know about you, but I generally tend to wear elbow pads. Now again, because we live in a very rocky area, if you come off, chances are you're gonna smash into something hard, and that means you have to carry around the elbow pads all the time. I usually have them in the backpack. Then when I get to the top of the trail, I put them on, and they cut off my blood flow. And you know, in the end, you look for excuses, or I look for excuses not to wear them. So I wanted to try and find these lightwear elbow pads. You know, the kind of all-day deal. That yes, they are a lot less impact resistant, should we say. I mean, it looks essentially like a riding sleeve, you know, so in theory you don't even notice that they're there, and actually already that's very comfortable. So I'm hoping this will encourage me to actually wear my elbow pads more and not have to worry about getting blood flow cut off in my arms, which is uncomfortable, and again not very good either when you're riding downhill and you're trying to move pads around and everything is uncomfortable. So these are the iron ones. Again, got a good deal on these. Never really owned any iron stuff, but I've always liked the design. I've always liked the aesthetic, at least, and I know they always get good reviews. So lightweight, probably, you know, if I'm going down hard, maybe it'll take some of the sting out of it, but hopefully it will stop me from opening my elbows up at least. Then a couple of little small details, some wool socks, both in long and short. Obviously coming into the winter now, long socks over here. I don't wear trousers, I've never ridden any winter trousers. Never actually taken the plunge and buy any. I'm sure a lot of you UK riders riding trousers in the winter, you know, especially with the wet and the cold. So you know, if you've got any recommendations for long trousers, I would definitely be interested in looking at those. Any long trouser riders, leave a comment below, let me know what you're riding, what's good and what's not. But otherwise, yeah, for me it's long socks and shorts all year round, even in the winter, even in sub-zero. But yeah, these are the woolen socks. You know, I like the feet to be able to breathe, and even if they do get wet, at least they still stay warm. So that's that, something very basic. And then last but not least, and if you saw my review on the 510 Free Riders, my long-term review, my 10,000 or 12,000 kilometer review, you know that I was in the market for some new shoes, and I've gone with some Shimanos. I got recommendations from loads of you, you know, for stay with the 510s, the Free Rider Pros, the Northwaves. I had recommendations for everything. Somebody recommended me, actually it was No Makeup and Mud, or Mud and No Makeup. I'm very sorry, I'm forgetting your Instagram tag. I'll leave a link on the screen. And she actually recommended me the Shimanos, but the other version to this, I think it was the previous version to this, because they actually had a little sleeve on the inside to stop all the crap going inside your shoes, which happens to me all the time on the trails. And they didn't have this flap. But what appealed to me with these, and do you know what? I don't even know what the model name is. Ah, there you go. The GR9s, Shimano GR9s. But what attracted me to these was the fact that it could actually have a flap going over those laces, which is a draw cord, as you can see. And again, you know, because so much of the trails, or all the trails around my local area, are all they're natural, you know. So you end up getting your laces pulled over, your shoes open, and everything. One subscriber did actually warn me, well, you know, Shimano's are notorious for being very thin, very narrow rather, compared to the 510s. I had a problem, I mentioned the 510 pinching my toes, but I had already owned a pair of clipless Shimano's, actually enduro clipless, and they were very wide as well. So hopefully these are not going to be a problem. I've ordered them one size up from my usual street shoes. And I'm actually pretty excited to try these because they're a bit more waterproof because they're plasticky. That might mean that they're not as breathable. The sole is definitely stiffer than the Free Riders, which was starting to become a bit of a problem for me. I was starting to, some people like that flex, but for me there was just too much flex there. There was no toe protection on them, at least these. Actually on the very front there's considerable toe protection, on the top there's nothing. And of course the big worry, will the Michelin soles, you know, will they be able to hold up against the 510s? In certain circumstances the 510 was actually too much grip. If you wanted to reposition yourself, you would have to lift your foot off the pedal and move it and re-angle, and obviously when you're going downhill that's a bit of a dodgy thing to do. So I've heard this girl, I'm very sorry but I don't actually know her name, again I will leave a link to her Instagram channel down below, said the soles were actually great. The contact between the sole and the pedal was fantastic and on par with the 510s. So I'm really looking forward to trying this out. So last but not least, as I mentioned, this cap, excuse the hair. So this is a brand new company called Stoked Riders, based out in New Zealand, and this is their actual first product. So they reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in getting one of these caps. I actually don't have a cap, didn't have a cap, the dog ate the last one, so I was like, yep, cool, send one along, which is fantastic. And I gotta say, the quality on it is really nice. You know, they've taken care of loads of details, where they've got the, you know, the branding inside. The build quality seems to be really solid. So here's the deal, if you want to get your hands on one of these, I'm currently sitting at about 1,700 subscribers, and what I'm going to do is, when I get to 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be mailing out one of these courtesy of Stoked Riders in New Zealand. So all you have to do to get hold of one of these is head over to my Instagram account. I'll leave the link down below and also in the description. And just if it's not on my most recent post, because it depends when you're seeing this video, have a look through my recent posts and you'll see one with the competition details about how to win this. It's pretty damn easy. And once I hit 2,000 subs, one lucky winner, picked at random, will be getting one of these. Anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know about those trousers, long trousers, if you do ride in them. And if you've used any of these products, let me know how you've got on with them as well. Alright guys, take it easy. Hasta la próxima.